G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an anti-armor 50 caliber machine gun with 25% faster fire rate and plus 250 damage resistance whilst reloading, major and minor legendary effects respectively. Special thanks goes out to MrGameplayer for lending me this thing, and if you'd like to see some more gaming YouTube content, go ahead and check out MrGameplayer's channel, link will be in the description. Thanks for the weapon, man. Anyway, so taking a look at this thing first off, it's gold. I've got the new Raider Scava gold paint on it, which is... it's alright. I don't like how there's all this blood all over it. I get that they're raiders, but I want some hygiene standards when it comes to our weapons. So the golden barrel looks pretty good, and there's gold along here and here, and there's some labeling here, just in case you forget. There's bullets in there, and under the foregrip it says kill, which I guess is good. Also, there's some teeth-looking painting on the back of the receiver and on the charging handle, so I think that looks pretty good. So in terms of legendary effects, we've actually got a decent lineup here, but this plus 250 damage resistance whilst reloading sometimes breaks your prefixes, and I'll try to demonstrate this later, but it's a pain in the ass when this thing does break your prefix, because our anti-armor is going to directly tie to damage output in terms of armor penetration, so we might have to pull a few tricks here and there to make sure that 250 damage resistance whilst reloading bug doesn't actually sting us too bad. So we've got 48 damage with this thing completely unspec, so let's go ahead and spec this thing up, shall we? We've got bullet shield and lock and load ready to go. We'll just load on our heavy gunner perks, which I'm pretty sure I missed the expert one, so let me just find that. There it is. And of course we're going to be using Bloody Mess, because where would I be without Bloody Mess? Down 15% damage, that's where I'd be. 88. So I'm going to jump into power armor, we'll start shooting stuff. Alright, so here we are outside of the place where we kill all of the green fellas, and here are my buffs, and armor doesn't matter, I'm in power armor. I'd have a jetpack and calibrated shocks, and I think it's VATS hit matrix in the helmet. Let's just get to shooting stuff, shall we? So as you can tell, this thing gets a little bit inaccurate when you're shooting it. I tend to, at range, just completely stop moving and just hold down the trigger, and that seems to go alright. And as we get more adrenaline, it'll be pretty good. I'm just going to pick up that so make people not go mad at me for missing legendaries, even though I'm full on script and I've got no bloody room for the damn thing. So as you can tell so far, we're just benching through these super mutants very, very easily, and although it is a little bit foggy, I'm having an easy enough time scoping them out, even though the screen's on a weird angle. And with this extra fire rate, what you can do is actually lay down a lot of bullets into the head region, which is excellent for damage output. Yeah, I'm thinking I actually like fire rate on some weapons better than explosive at this point. So 149 damage with it's a minor amount of adrenal reaction attached to it. But I reckon it's actually... it's not doing too bad, but like I said, I was going to say, I do enjoy the fire rate over the explosive, because sure, it's nice to get that extra damage boost, but in terms of real DPS, if your weapon's not firing that fast anyway, take a handmade, which only fires at the standard sort of 75 speed without, without the fire rate legendary effect, well, it's really, really slow, and you can see this, especially if you use a bloodied explosive versus a bloodied fire rate. So, whoops, I've just reloaded it. Okay, we need to take note of... I'll just test it later, hang on. And by later, I mean now. So take this random ass super mutant here, we'll just hit him in the torso once, and we can observe that we do about 71 damage, and once we reload it, 55 damage, and we actually lost a little bit of health there thanks to... we got a little bit of a damage boost to the health loss thanks to adrenal reaction, and that still wasn't enough to actually get us our damage back. So what I'm going to do here is just switch to another weapon whilst this thing is loaded, and then switch back, and then I'm good to go again. So be wary, if you do have the plus 250 damage resistance minor modifier on your weapon, it can break the prefix, which is kind of strange. It was always a weird one to have, even in Fallout 4 Far Harbor where it was first introduced. It just seems so fucking pointless. Next to like instigating or two-shot in that game or explosive, there's no point of it. And the fact that it just breaks your prefixes, it's no fucking good. Anyways, speaking of things that are broken, everyone in here is dead. I guess we'll move on. We'll just cut to the chase and go straight to the hell room, eh? Now, A thing about this weapon is obviously its high ammo capacity, which makes it a little bit easier to get away with the 250 damage resistance part of it, which is certainly interesting. I'm in Nerd Rage Threshold right now, but I don't actually have it equipped because I didn't actually, you know, want to go this low in my health bar. I reckon we can pull enough damage with this thing, you know, without the use of all of those standard bloodied plus damage perks that I usually use, but we'll keep going. This would be a good time for the emergency protocols, which I do highly recommend for an area like this where the jetpack will only send you headbutting the ceiling. So yeah, I usually would have it carried with me, but not today. I've just kind of left it, which is, well, I don't really need it, do I? Even though I am at this low health level, it's not going to matter too much because, well, I'm tanky, I'm in power armor, and despite my 2 endurance, I'm not really suffering badly from any lack of health at this point anyway, so yeah, I don't know if there's any point. I mean, the extra movement speed is good, but what's that gonna do? Not really that much. Okay, let's see if we've got some ghoul spawns. I'm guessing not, because this place is usually filled. Oh wait, we might have pulled a lucky server here. But what I want to do is just quickly run around the front, and we can pretend that we're playing... Fuck off, ghoul. We can pretend that we're playing like Grand Bazaar back in Battlefield 3, holding down the lanes as the multiple people run through. Yeah, I'm getting the flashbacks right now. I remember the days. M60, 3.4 times scope, that American one. You know the one I'm talking about. And there's this lane that was on the Russian side of the map, and basically it kind of went down like that. You could just pile bodies up, and some sniper would eventually knock you off, or some guy would, you know, charge through. That's a cool ghoul. He's got his hat backwards, but yeah. Yeah, there's the real strength of a weapon like this. Just completely munted everything there. I don't even have to look through here. I know that we're done. Oh look, it's a puny Deathclaw. Well, that was easy. Did you think I was finished killing ghouls? Well, you're wrong. I've never actually tried this new place with a non-stealthy method, so I wonder how this goes. Also, I leveled up before and I got all my health back because I didn't have a bar of health full of rads, but I'm sure these ghouls would object to me having a health bar that was such at a high level, I suppose. Also, Meat Week is back on, which I don't really care about. They've got nothing I want or nothing. Hey, was that blood coming out of the wall? What the hell was that? Okay, cool. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to see. Just a bunch of ghouls just being shredded and mowed down by my big old 50 cal. Yeah, this is why. I mean, as good as White Springs is, you never, if you can pull spawns from there, which is like, is that a sleeper? Oh my god, the sleepers have migrated here as well. And hang on. Okay. Also, if you're going to switch weapons like this to regain your abilities of damage, make sure you have your weapon equipped before you. If you actually switch too fast, what you'll do is you'll munter the weapon, so you have to reload it again. It'll have nothing in its ammo thing, so you'll have to reload it again, which will break it even more. With that sleeper, fuck off. Good, so these ghouls apparently have been talking to the tools from White Springs, and they've realized that, hey, just sleep, just sit on the ground. But yeah, we did pretty damn well there, and I'm not going to reload this thing because I can't be fucked changing weapons over, but there was a 3-star in here. I got an assassin's pump shotgun, just a 1-star weapon. That sucks. Got a feeling we can shred Swan pretty easily with this. There we go, there he goes. Okay, let's see if we can actually do this with what remaining bullets we have in our magazines, because the reloading process takes a little bit longer these days, thanks to the bug where, well, you know what I'm talking about. So, not too bad. One of the most tanky enemies of the bunch is down already, which is good. Queenie, out you come. Okay, that one's already dead. I'm guessing it's just the queen now, which is easy prey. Just make sure she doesn't huck loogies at me because I'm at very low health. Oh, am I gonna die? Is it gonna be a post-mortem kill? It is not. We just made it. With how much health left? 1 hit point. Wow. That was lucky. Maybe I should go farm legendaries. Alright, looks like it's going to be Revenge of the Kings, because that's all I'm seeing at this minute. and he's just spat a sonic loogie at me, and it's hit me, so good job. Don't worry, we'll stop him right in his tracks if we get a lucky leg stagger there, which I'm pretty sure we got, because he was shuffling towards us at a much lower pace than what I usually see a dude go. So yeah, one gun army, one of the more underrated weapon things. It seems to not work all that well all the time, but you know, it has its merits, especially against something that is tanky and you kind of need to bring to the ground. I'm not really sure off the top of my head what sort of enemy that would be useful for, and I'm guessing none of the people who actually play this game know, because I don't see nobody using Enforcer to bring down the Queen to the floor. And oh, we've just lost armor penetration. Now watch out, damage output drop. So keep in mind, 196. Yep, got that. 196. Okay, apparently on this time it didn't break it. Well, it was weird on that Super Mutant before, but maybe it's not always going to break it. There's just something else. There's just something going on here. That's a good Grognak axe, but I've already done an instigating one, so I'm guessing that one's going into the script bin. Or rather, I might just drop it, because I'm full of script on this character and I don't know what to do with it. Alright, last of the Mirelurks are in here. We'll just take his head off. And yep, that's it. Not too bad. We'll reload this thing and we'll see how we go against some bats. Okay, I've heard the bats spawn out from their holes in the ground, so we'll see what's what in a second. First of all, we just got to kill their minions so we can gather a little bit of adrenaline. And somebody was calling adrenaline a noob trap, and I was thinking, what? What, 5 perks for 60% damage? Well, what do you do for Demo Expert? Weapons with Demo Expert, is that a waste of perks too? Is it? I don't know. If it's a noob trap, then why is it so effective against a queen fight where you can quickly kill all of the other minions around and enjoy a full minute of 60% more damage? Or if you want to time that properly, kill everything another 45 seconds-ish. And I don't know what it is that you think it makes it a noob trap, but it really isn't. It's actually a really effective way. Because what else am I going to have in agility here? Fucking dodgy. I'm in power armor. I can tank this damage. Evasive don't work because I am in power armor. Fuck off, gun zombies. I must say, though, it is unsatisfying to have a gun that is shooting 50 culls and, you know, it's not completely exploding them and dismembering limbs at every given moment. I feel like we could be doing a little bit better. I'll teach you not to bloody spawn. What do you think of that? That's right. He's scared now. Alright, so we'll just kill these fucking dudes and we'll call it a day. So, I think you get the point of this thing. It's been a blast to use. It's a really good weapon. The 50 cal is an amazingly solid weapon, and it shows a nuclear winter too. People think it's overpowered when there's handmaids that can, you know, be better in every way because ground pounder and tank killer. But don't let anyone know about that. Anyway, so if you'd like to see this weapon in your game, well, you're going to have to hit up MrGameplayer, and probably with a lot of caps and everything, because this is part of his, probably one of his best weapons, because although I've seen his other stuff, and there's a lot of good stuff in there too, but this is definitely a solid weapon indeed. Thank you very much for watching, guys.